happy Christmas in July. Something that I wanted to do last year and I didn't get a chance to. This year we are doing Christmas in July, which is basically just, I'm going to show you some of the Bookmas picks that I have for this year that will be later on in December reading picks, and then I'm going to wrap them up like presents and get them ready to go for Bookmas, because I will be taking classes this fall and I'm going to be driving back and forth long distances a lot, and I'm not really going to have a whole lot of time in the fall to prep for Bookmas, so I want to just go ahead and get as much done as I can now. I have a set of books right now. I need to get some of the other ones with like gift cards and stuff like that once they come into my account that I've earned. So I don't have everything, but I'm just gonna wrap up what I do have and you guys are gonna get to see it. So this is a little sneak peek to Bookmas, because I loved Bookmas last year and I can't wait to do it again this year. Didn't see Bookmas. Basically, I had this like Christmas stocking. It's a little Christmassy penguin. It's so cute. I put little numbers in that. Oh my gosh, this makes me feel so happy inside. These numbers just had like little stickers on them, and basically there are 24 numbers, and every day I would draw a number out of the stocking, and each of the books, I had 24 books. They were all wrapped up. They had a label that had numbers matching these ones. I would draw a number, I unwrapped the book, and for that day, that was the book that I would read for the day. And if I finished it, I could go back and like read books that I hadn't finished from the other days, but I couldn't read anything else until I finished that book. Last year, there were only a few Christmassy books on that Bookmas TBR, and the majority of them were like books I'd been given for Christmases past. However, I have done pretty well at reading most of those that I have been given for Christmases in the past. This year, every book is going to hopefully be Christmas themed. That is my plan. I'm going to introduce you guys to the books that I have for this year, but first I'm going to change out of this really hot red dress because I can't take it for longer than 3 minutes. BRB. Okay, phew. Still Christmassy, still green, but feeling much better. It is July after all. Okay, first of all, here's the stack. I do have the books that I read last year, so if you missed Bookmas last year, you will see some of my favorite new Christmas books, as well as some I'm not super fond of. I also could include Northchild, A Shiver of Snow and Sky, and A Storm of Ice and Stars if I don't have enough like Christmas books. But I would like to keep it to books that are like Christmas / Hanukkah themed. I do have a Hanukkah book in here I'm really excited about. But let's go ahead. I'm going to show you what I have and then I'm going to wrap them up. So the first one, of course, is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. You can't get through the Christmas season without reading this, and I just love this copy of it. It's so pretty. I mean, I got it for so cheap too. So pretty. I have an envelope from my grandma. I just love this. It's so pretty. Anyway, this is getting wrapped up again. I read it last year. I'm going to read it again this year, of course. This is just one of those that really puts you in the Christmas spirit. Next book is one that I read, but I didn't love, but I'm still putting on my TBR just because I know I can get through it, or at least I'm familiar enough that I don't mind to skim it if I have to. It is Catching Christmas by Terry Blackstock. To be honest, I only kept this because I really like the cover. I wasn't a huge fan of the story. In fact, I related more to the cab driver than the lawyer, which is ironic. Not my favorite, but I'm still putting it on the Bookmas TBR, just so I have something I'm familiar with, I can get through quickly. It's not long at all. I mean, it looks long, but it's actually a very tiny book compared to like a normal sized book. Like, I'll show you. That's how big it is compared to like 7 Habits or something. Like, it's pretty small. So these are both pretty small. Actually, they're like the same size. The next one is one that I picked up at a little free library, so I really don't know much about this, but it looks like it's easy enough to read, so I just got it. I think it is a kid's book, but basically it is called Canterwood Crest Super Special Home for Christmas. It just looks like a middle grade, easy to read. So I was like, yeah, I'll pick this up. It'll be perfect for Bookmas. Maybe not my favorite book in the entire world. I don't know. I've never read it. But at least it will be something that I can unwrap during the month of December. This next one. This is the one that I kept talking about during Bookmas last year that I wanted so badly, that I really wanted to read and couldn't get my hands on no matter where I went, where I tried to get it. But I have it for this Bookmas and I cannot wait to read it. It is none other than The Christmas Bookshop. And I feel like everyone was reading this last year. I had seen it before people even started talking about it and I really, really wanted it, but I couldn't get it. Now I have it. So I'm so happy. I hope I like it as much as I've like hyped it up in my mind, but I just think like you can't go wrong with a book about Christmas and a bookshop. Like, it sounds great. I also got one that I am really interested in to like read. It's kind of like a Christmas Carol retelling, and it is The Afterlife of Holly Chase. And it's basically, my understanding is when these people die, they're visited by 3 ghosts, just like in A Christmas Carol. And if they don't change their ways, they get stuck working for this company called Project Scrooge. I don't remember what they do, but it just sounded so good when I first heard about it, and I can't wait. The next book is actually a Hanukkah book, so hopefully I don't like draw it like not during Hanukkah. It is The Matzah Ball, and I love this cover. It's so pretty and so fun looking. I don't remember anything about this, and I actually kind of want to keep it that way. All I know is this is my Hanukkah book, and hopefully I'll get it during Hanukkah. I don't want to like put a sticker on the label or anything to know that it's the Hanukkah book, just because I want it to be a surprise. But we'll see. We'll see. Even if I get it like December 1st, I don't know when Hanukkah starts this year, but whatever day I get it, I will read it. But anyway, it's Hanukkah themed, it's not Christmas themed. These next 2 books that I read last year and loved, and I can't wait to reread them. Oh my gosh. The first is The Claus in Christmas. Now, technically I read this in January. I didn't read it actually during Bookmas. It was the very last book that I opened for Bookmas, and Christmas Eve was wild and crazy, so I didn't get to read. But I love this book enough that I'm going to reread it. I really did like it. And I think the fact that I know that I enjoyed it, I can get through it a little faster this year and just kind of enjoy all the Christmas vibes. In my heart, my entire reason for doing Bookmas, not really, but I really, really, really loved this book. And oh my gosh, the happy feels. I just related so well to this main character and the story. I can't wait to reread it. It is A Christmas to Remember by Jenny Hale, and she actually has other books that I would really like to add to this Bookmas TBR, but most important is this one because I know that I love it. I can't wait to reread it. I hope like rereading it doesn't spoil it for me because I really loved it so much last year. I can't wait to relive all the joy this Christmas season. Unfortunately for me, it is July 1st presently, so I have 5 months to go before I get to read these, but it's fun to talk about Christmas in July because it's Christmas in July. So next thing we're gonna do, we are taking this lovely stack of books and we're gonna wrap them. All right, are we ready? Okay, so it is official. The books that I have so far are wrapped. I try not to think about what's in each of them because I did unfortunately have to use some pretty distinct paper. I did want to just go ahead and say I used very like any paper that was crinkly or that we already used or like an awkward size scrap. I'm not using like fresh wrapping paper or anything. Like, all of these books are either given to me, I get at little free libraries, or I save up gift cards from like rewards apps and stuff and use those to buy these books. And that is how I get 24 books for Bookmas. I don't want to like be wasteful, but I do want to have fun with it. It is such a fun time of the year. So that's the way that I get around like using resources wisely to be able to do this. Like last year after Christmas, I was like saving all these like really awkward looking scraps of wrapping paper that are like folded and you're not going to use on a present, but you can use like for this. And then like these label papers that have like one label on them, you know? So just like using this stuff for fun, basically. So that's what I am doing. Basically, that was it for today. If I do end up getting to get some more books with my gift cards later this month, I will also show you and wrap those up, and that'll be part of this video. But other than that, this is pretty much everything for Christmas in July. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a like if you did. I did squish my thumb trying to fix my tripod for you, so please go ahead and give this a thumbs up so I can feel better. Subscribe if you are new and looking forward to Bookmas in December, and comment below anything you want to. I don't know.